And the first steeplechase to be run over this new course, 3,400 metres, is underway. Shenton Street dropped out to the rear with Chelsea Bridge. The first comes up quickly, and the mare Angel's Call is the first to reach it in front from Monaco Bay. Turf Tavern moving up on the outside to run to the lead now. Coronel not far away from the pace, with Carindale and the Arabian going up quickly on the outside, and then Best Endeavours followed by Coronel. A length away in the field is Calligraphy on the inside of Palace Symphony, inclined to pull in the early stages. Getting a good way back is Impulsive Risk, and then Chelsea Bridge and Shenton Street together at the rear of the field. Heading past 1,000 on the first circuit now. Next fence looming up, and the leader is Turf Tavern from Angel's Call. Got out a length in front of him. Third placing held by the Arabian over on the outside, and then Monaco Bay. About 4 or 5 lengths further back is Best Endeavours, a half to Carindale, a length and a half to Calligraphy. Over on the inside, Coronel from Palace Symphony. Then came Impulsive Risk when they come to the next fence, approaching the home turn towards the end, Shenton Street and Chelsea Bridge. Around the bend they come now, and balancing for the run down the lane, and there are 3 fences on the first circuit, and Angel's Call had run to the lead over Turf Tavern and opened up by about 5 lengths. Sharing second and third placing is Turf Tavern and Monaco Bay, who's on the inside. The Arabian is in fourth when they come to the hedge. Back behind them then Calligraphy getting up into about 5th placing, and a break of 3 or 4 lengths to Best Endeavours Carindale when they go to the brick wall. Back behind Carindale then is Impulsive Risk. A break then to Palace Symphony. Behind him is Coronel, and towards the end of the field a Chelsea Bridge over on the outside of Shenton Street. So here's the last one in the lane coming up, an Angel's Call. Wow, let loose with a ripper at that one. Took off early and she sailed over it. Shenton Street made a mistake at the back of the field now, and turning out of the straight, Angel's Call, who had a big win at Sandown in the winter, is out by about 5 or 6 lengths. Calligraphy has saved a ton of ground. Michael Patton has got through on the inside to get into second placing, with Turf Tavern on the outer there, 3 in front of Monaco Bay. Here's the first of a quick treble coming up down the side of the course on the river section now. Second of it, oh, Angel's Call nearly lost the lollies at the middle of that one. Put in a bad jump at it. A better one at the last, but Calligraphy's gone. Oh, Calligraphy fell. Turf Tavern couldn't mess him. Went over the top and dislodged the rider. So Calligraphy and Turf Tavern are out of it. Here's the next one. Angel's Call went over that one better. Monaco Bay 6 lengths away second. The Arabian holding down third, 5 lengths back. Then a break of 6 lengths to Impulsive Risk going up outside Best Endeavours when they go to that next fence. 3 lengths to the grey Carindale, and then came Palace Symphony starting to get a move on, but spotting the lead at 20. A long break to Coronel, and Chelsea Bridge and Shenton Street will be in after dark. Passing the 1,200 metres, Angel's Call the leader, out the best part of about 6 lengths now from Monaco Bay, chasing hard into second. They've got right away, they're about 8 lengths in front of the Arabian, 5 lengths to Impulsive Risk and Best Endeavours when they went past 1,000 metres. Then as they go to the 4th last one now, Angel's Call leapt over it well. It's Angel's Call by about 5 or 6 lengths to Monaco Bay. 10 lengths the Arabian. Nothing is making ground on the leading 2. In 4th placing then is Impulsive Risk, who's got past that horse into 3rd now as they go towards that 3rd last one before the turn. Best Endeavours battling along. Palace Symphony picking up a bit of ground on the outside, but Angel's Call sets sail for the run in now. 2 to jump by 5 lengths to Monaco Bay, and a dozen lengths to Impulsive Risk, and then Best Endeavours and Palace Symphony from the Arabian. At the second last one now, the Privet Hedge. Angel's Call comes to it, sailed over it well, holds Monaco Bay. He's had enough. Impulsive Risk is third. Here's the last one coming up now, and it's all Angel's Call. Steadies, over it she goes. Monaco Bay is 4 lengths astern. Impulsive Risk holds on to third. 150 metres to go. Angel's Call, she nearly sold out halfway through the race, but she's recovered brilliantly. And Angel's Call and Willie Harnett come down to the line to win it by about 6 lengths, I suppose, on the line to Monaco Bay. Impulsive Risk was third. A break to Best Endeavours. Behind him was Palace Symphony, and then Carindale, Shenton Street. Then trails Coronel and the Arabian. Chelsea Bridge is just cantering past the line. A distant last in the race. And Accolades comes in and they're set to go. Starter hits the button, off and racing. Olivia's Toy dawdled out of the stalls and settled at the end in company with Sea Gems. Jewel of the Pride has bounded out in front of Bewitch in the early stages, settling into stride third, Volakai. Flirty Bird going up quickly on the outside. Belong is prominent and also Gaelic Joy. Couple of links back in the field, then came White Monday outside, Marine Spirit, and then Oregon Star getting a good way back from Accolades. Second last, Olivia's Toy, and Sea Gems had dropped out last inside the 1600. And Bewitch ran to the lead now, out by more than 2 lengths to Flirty Bird. Jewel of the Pride on the rail, third, a half along the outside. 2 lengths further back in the field is Volakai running along fifth on the rails, a length and a half further back in the field, then Gaelic Joy with Accolades outside, Marine Spirit, 1.5 to White Monday. They're being followed by Olivia's Toy, a half to Oregon Star, and 2 lengths to Sea Gems, about 15 off the leader inside the 1200, and Bewitch over a length in front of Flirty Bird. 3 lengths back, Jewel of the Pride, a half belong running fourth. Accolades had moved up to fifth outside Volakai. Gaelic Spirit middle of the field, 1 off the rail. Marine Spirit next on the fence from White Monday. Couple of lengths then to Olivia's Toy with Oregon Star and Sea Gems going up past them, 3 wide commencing her move. Down the side they're nearing the 800 metres, and Bewitch a long neck in front, Flirty Bird. 2 lengths back, Jewel of the Pride, who's had a good run. Accolades taking off around the outside to get her into a prominent role before the turn, but out wide. Belong in the centre, 1 to White Monday, followed then by Volakai, who's lost a place a little over on the inside from Gaelic Joy. Sea Gems out wide when they corner. Well back still as Oregon Star, and Marine Spirit dropped out last on the inside with Olivia's Toy pulling wide. They're into the straight now. Bewitch headed off by Flirty Bird. Jewel of the Pride under the whip behind these, followed by Belong and Accolades, and then Volakai, who's into the clear, spotting them 6. Bewitch has fought back at the 300 metres. Bewitch on the inside again with Flirty Bird fighting it out in front of Belong, Jewel of the Pride, and then Accolades. Nothing making ground at the moment. Volakai struggling. Flirty Bird at the 100 metre mark drew away now from Bewitch, and then Belong and Jewel of the Pride and Flirty Bird. Flirty Bird gives Nathan Stanley a win in Melbourne. Beats Bewitch second, and third Belong in front of Jewel of the Pride and Accolades. Nothing making ground at all here. Back behind them to finish in the race was White Monday, Volakai, and then Gaelic Joy, Oregon Star, Olivia's Toy, and Sea Gems, and pulling up a bad last, Marine Spirit. Just a shadow of the filly we saw in the spring. Barrier is going to be the last to move in. Now 1 to move in, and that will be Blue Risker once Rancho Red is set. Now Blue Risker is about to come up and complete the line-up here. 7-length winner at Maui, and it's drawn 10, which is the stall the farthest from the grandstand rail. He's locked away, all set and racing. Blue Risker began okay with Rancho Red. Elder Light away fast. Now let's see where they're going to go here. They're starting to split. No, they're all going to cross to the flat side rail. Blue Risker at the 900 metre mark led out in the early stages. Talk had gone up to second. Manhattan Von improving on the outside, followed then by going up wide out is River Affair to be a prominent position holder. Talk just behind the leading horses, and they're followed by Elder Light, and then My Serenic. Rockefeller's gone up ahead of it. Don't Say Goodbye settling third to last out wide, and they're trailed by Rancho Red, and Meavia Star is last of all, heading to the 400 metres. Blue Risker the leader. Manhattan Von almost level on the outside. Rockefeller ridden along third. Talk just inside it. Wider out River Affair, and then the Baldy face. Don't Say Goodbye deep out. Blue Risker at the 200 metres is in front. Manhattan Von levelling up. Talk's got nowhere to go over on the inside, and River Piava's coming home on the outside with Rockefeller, but Manhattan Von broke a length in front. Manhattan Von in front of River Affair. Manhattan Von by a neck to River Affair. Rockefeller third. Talk just behind them didn't have a great deal of luck from Don't Say Goodbye. Then came the weakening Blue Risker, followed further back in the field by My Serenic, and then Rancho Red a long break to Elder Light, and Meavia Star was last all the way.
Number 1 man.
Here's Party Prince coming up into the line, and Senior Sergeant will jump from the outside barrier with the last to move in. All set. Ready to break at the 2,000 metres now. And away they go. Royal Caliph jumped very well up into second placing early. Bright Spot was away quickly. Party Prince and going up is Senior Sergeant on the outside as they settle down, and Backslapper working through in the early stages. At the 1,800 metres, Backslapper just the leader from Party Prince. Senior Sergeant out wide going on. Bright Spot handy to them, and Royal Caliph not far away from a slow pace early, settling down fifth. 3 lengths behind them, Ice Doctor and Murph together. Another 4 lengths break in the field to Alien Fella and Grove Royale last of all, about 1,500 to go. And Backslapper just the leader. Senior Sergeant sitting on his outside. A length and a half in front of Royal Caliph, who's following Senior Sergeant. Bright Spot on the rail. 2 lengths to Party Prince now, fifth outside Ice Doctor. A length and a half or 2 to Murph. A length and a half further back is Alien Fella, and Grove Royale is last by 2 with 1,200 metres to go. Hacking along, and Backslapper and Senior Sergeant show the way. About 2 lengths in front of Royal Caliph, who's third outside of Bright Spot. A length and a half away Party Prince outside Ice Doctor. 2 lengths to Murph on the outside of Alien Fella, and Grove Royale is 2 lengths last of all. No change in the order, running down the side, 900 to go. Backslapper just in front of Senior Sergeant, 2.5 lengths to Royal Caliph. On the inside, Bright Spot, followed by Party Prince, who's had a good run. Ice Doctor the rail from Murph. A length away to Alien Fella, and Grove Royale 3 last when they came to the turn. 600 to go, and Backslapper's going to corner about a neck in front of Senior Sergeant. Royal Caliph's followed Senior Sergeant everywhere. Obviously thinks of the main danger when they sweep into the straight. And then Bright Spot over on the rail, and Party Prince easing out for a run. Senior Sergeant asked to go now at the 400. Post riding him along hard. Backslapper and Senior Sergeant. Royal Caliph is coming at them hard on the outside. Royal Caliph went to Senior Sergeant, took him. Party Prince is coming after the leader. Royal Caliph at the 200. Half a length in front of Party Prince, and they've got away on Murph getting into third placing. Royal Caliph a neck in front. Party Prince trying hard. Royal Caliph. Party Prince levelling up. They go to the line. I think Party Prince a nose to Royal Caliph. Very close between them though. 4 lengths in front of Murph, who's got third. From Senior Sergeant, Ice Doctor, Alien Fella and Bright Spot. A break to Backslapper, and Grove Royale was a long last.
Number 7, Party.
Photo. 7's got it. Number 7. Ready. Racing in the size. Special edition, one of the first out, but Piccadilly Circus, the filly, flew out of the gates and shot to the lead early. Samandra Strike moving up into second, followed by Coup de Grace, third on the outside. Settling fourth on the rail, Special edition, a length and a half away to Fitzgerald. Educate getting up on the inside as the pace slackens. Chevelle losing ground quickly, Admired rushing up on the outside, Trap wide, and then Minimal Grim. Back behind them, Benazee, 3 or 4 wide, 1,000 to go. Being trailed by Randy's Rancher a good way back, with Astrolita and Typhoon travelling wide, and 2 lengths to Fence Force. Coming down near the 800 metre mark, Samandra Strike in the centre, Piccadilly Circus, the rail a neck away. Trapped out wide as Admired, 1 Coup de Grace travelling fourth, and then Special edition over on the inside before the turn. Back behind them came Fitzgerald right off the track, and then a length to Educate. Behind these on the rails is Grim when they corner from Minimal. They're being followed then by pulled to the outside of those horses to make ground when they swing as Benazee, but it's trapped out wide. Into the straight now, Samandra Strike and Piccadilly Circus, corner in front of Admired. Special edition just behind these, and then Coup de Grace, who's under the whip. Next in the field then came Grim. Benazee out very wide. They're inside the 300 metres. Piccadilly Circus fighting on courageously. Samandra Strike and Admired despite racing wide, and now Coup de Grace. Special edition with the rail. Admired the leader. Coup de Grace claims it, 100 to go. Hall going for home. Coup de Grace drew a half in front, and Coup de Grace wins the size. Admired might have got second. Special edition's right there with it. Photo. Benazee is next in the race. They were followed back behind them by Minimal Grim and Typhoon from Piccadilly Circus. Then came Astrolita, never came into the hunt. Behind them was Randy's Rancher and Educate. Samandra Strike, Defence Force, and towards the end of the field are Fitzgerald and Chevelle. Good Walnut. Awkward barrier if they're going to cross to the flat side rail again, as they've done in most of the sprints. Persuasion to move in. Just the one to come in. Now Persuasion is locked away. Benari's getting a little edgy out in gate number 1. Health Matthews, just the one ride for the day. He's jumped out of the saddle on this filly. as she was thrashing about in the stalls. Attendants there settling it down, and Elf about to climb back aboard. Light still blinking away. Benares again settling in the gates. All set. Ready to go. Racing now. Walnut began well over near the outside with Benares. Caniana getting back. They're going to stick out on the grandstand rail here. Drop Anchor going to the lead, and Tregarian is also out on that side. And Persuasion flew out of the gates and went down to the flat side rail in front here. Gummy moving up into second placing, followed by Sally a third on the inside of Kisses for Me, and then Tycoon Princess and Princess on Parade last of the flat division out on the grandstand now. And here in the centre, Walnut with Drop Anchor. Benares against the outside rail, and Tregarian is showing pace, and they're clear of Cania when they came to the 400. I reckon they might have the lead on the grandstand side. Over on the flat, Persuasion, the leader from Celia against the inside. Clear of Princess on Parade, who's running on well. Gummy is gone. It's Walnut at the 200 metre mark, breaking clear of the grandstand division. Caniana is running on well. Persuasion on the flat side in front. All Walnut's running to the middle of the course. Caniana, Persuasion against the inside rail. It's Caniana on the outside in front. Caniana's won it from Persuasion against the flat rail. Second, Photo third between the erratic Walnut and Princess on Parade. Clear of Tycoon Princess. Back behind those to finish in the race then was Kisses for Me and Celia, and then Tregarian. Next, Benares over on the outside rail with Celia, and Gummy's weakened very badly. A poor first up run from her to finish at the back of the field.
Number 2, Caniana.
Caniana is the winner. Hurlazan set. There's Noble Benbara moving up into the line, and the field is ready to go. Off now. Starter set them away in the Duke of Norfolk, and Sports Circuit began well with Lamelison down on the inside. Wexford one of the first to bounce out, and Voodoo Beaters going straight up towards the leaders early. Exciting Ranch balancing up behind the leading pack, and Lucky Striker with Hurlazan out very wide are going towards the front as well. And the Bunchfield settles into stride now and heads down towards the 2800 with Wexford a narrow leader. On the outside, Voodoo Beat moving up into second placing, and Hurlazan working across the pack as prominent. Just behind them, Sports Circuit fourth on the rail, followed by Lamellas and Lucky Striker out wide. Skygazer over on the inside in that bunch, and a length and a half behind them, then travelling deep, Exciting Ranch, three wide around Berserk and Normanby Road. A length and a half Zdenka, who has three behind her, running down the straight the first time. And their Noble Benbara, Reindeer Rock, and True and Easy is last of the Duke of Norfolk field when they go past the postal lap of Flemington to run. And Wexford, the St Ledger winner, heads to the 2200, 2 lengths in front of Hurlazan second. In third place, Sports Circuit on the inside, followed by Voodoo Beat. Lucky Striker out wide, heading to the riverside now. Skygazer with a nice run on the fence, half a length then Lamellas, and a length and a half to Exciting Ranch, still travelling three wide. Normanby Road the rail, a neck away to Berserk, 2 lengths Zdenka outside there of when they head down towards the 2000 Noble Benbara, and back at the end of the field, Reindeer Rock on the outside, and last of all